Alright, this is the first round of our second 8-man event we're going to be doing today. And this hand's fine. We have 3 lands, a couple counter spells, we're on the play, and a Jace and a Supreme Verdict. So we're not going to mulligan it. Let's see what our opponent decides to do. He kept his 7, so we'll play a tap land. And we're just going to lead out. We're going to play our planes for our Essence Scatter next turn. Hopefully it's some kind of creature deck. Let's see what he has for us. Watery Grave, no such luck. Looks like it's Esper. Or Blue-Black Devotion. I've seen those kind of lists before. So I feel pretty safe playing my Hall of Fountain tapped. I'll just say go. Let's see. So it could be like a Black Devotion. I've seen blue-black like with mostly blue with Master of Waves and some disruption. That is not the case. Thoughtseize. Okay. So it's definitely playing against Esper. So our Esper matchup is fine. Having more counterspells definitely helps out a lot. Like they have a lot of spot removal, which is completely dead against us, because you can't really spot removal Aetherling. So I can only assume he's going to take Jace here. Hopefully, like this is the Blood Baron version. We're even better against that. Okay. Took the dissolve. Play our planes because he knows about that one. We'll just say go. So I think next turn we're going to slam our Jace. Hopefully he doesn't have a counterspell, which he probably does. Especially if he has an untapped land this turn. Or you could have like another Thoughtseize. Nope. So only thing you could have is Syncopate and Hero's Downfall, or just another Thoughtseize. Okay. Nothing to do about that. So he's going to take our Jace, I only assume. So it's going to be a long couple of games. Yep. So now our hand is pretty poopy, I think, in this matchup. Or we can just draw the Jace. So I'm just going to minus it because against Esper they can easily have Hero's Downfall. But he has to have the Swampland Hero's Downfall, but I'm not going to like play around that. Hopefully he goes Aetherling other 2. I'll just bomb the Aetherling because I don't care. And I'll just take the 2 cards. So he knows my hand. He knows exactly what I have. If I take Aetherling, I'd run the risk of which I'm having a third Thoughtseize. That's a tongue twister. But that's not the case. So let's put that on the bottom and take the 2 cards. Not like my position. Zora's Charm can draw a card. Not missing land drops is invaluable. So we'll say go. So we could have Detention Sphere or Hero's Downfall. So it's best just to like get the use of your Jaces until you have control. Then you can try to plus it and get it to ultimate. In sideboarding, we get a lot better. Like we cut the Azorius Charms. You still keep in some Supreme Verdicts. We usually have what's it called? Blood Baron of Viscopa. Tap land. No Jace for you. Okay. And no black mana. I think we can plus it then. He didn't Intention Sphere it. He doesn't have a second black. So drew a Supreme Verdict. It's kind of dead. But we're just going to get rid of his Blood Barons. So at least we're not dead to those. So if he has another, like a black mana here and then kills our Jace, it's pretty bad. But I think it's worth the risk. Like, you could easily not have it. Yep. The planes. So like this is one of the downfalls of Esper. Like, you easily get color screwed when it's a lot harder for a blue-white to get color screwed. Okay, now so we're gonna draw a card with our charm. So we drew the Tension Sphere, already had it, and just waiting. I don't know why you'd wait. Okay. So we got our Jace. Our hand's kind of light on action, but we're not dying anytime soon, that's for sure. He's going to pass a turn back. But luckily we still haven't missed a land drop. I guess I'll draw a card now. See what's up. Drew Detention Sphere. One thing that's kind of unfortunate about having Detention Sphere and no Oblivion Rings, you can't get their Detention Sphere with it. So, like, even though we have this card, which is mostly a catch-all for everything, we can't kill his Detention Sphere and get our Jace back. Which is kind of unfortunate. So we could Sphere if he has Elspeth here, or if he has a Jace. So 5 mana, looks like there's no Revelation for 2. That's fine. Revelations, like, don't matter too much. They're good here. They're good in the, obviously, but there's very few, like, impactful cards that you're just going to draw into mostly, like, nothing. Draw another land. So we want to draw our own Revelation here pretty soon. But, like, he could easily have, like, 3 spot removal cards, a Supreme Verdict in his hand, that just do nothing against us. So I feel pretty safe against the Aethelene too. Like, we have Essence Scatter, and then another removal spell, so he has to counter the Scatter and then have enough mana to blink it. So I might have like 1 counter spell at this point, but I can only assume his hand is mostly removal. His own Jace, that's fine. We'll just Detention Sphere that while we can before we draw ours. See, Hero's Downfall is really good against us. Hallowed Fountain's also really good. We could try cut him off lands. You can have both of these, like, or we can just give him the. I'll put the Hero's Downfall at the bottom. Or you can have the land in the Supreme Verdict, which does nothing. So I think he took the Downfall. Yep, so he kills our next Jace. But that's fine. So I want Detention Sphere his Jace before we draw ours. Because you don't want to get both of them. Hopefully he doesn't have a Dissolve here. You know, we only know 1 of the cards in his hand. Ooh, he does have a Dissolve. Okay. Let's see what he does with the card bottom. So if he uses Jace this turn, he loses it. Otherwise, it just does nothing this turn. Let's see. So yeah, we just want to draw a Revelation here. That'd be like one of the best cards. I mean, he knows about 1 Supreme Verdict and an Essence Scatter, I think, still. So it looks like he's playing Elspeth here. Which is really good. We don't have an answer for it yet. Revelation for 3. Okay. So like Revelation, like he's just not doing anything like until he draws an Elspeth, which like is one of the few cards that matters. Blood Baron doesn't matter here. Kept open a land, so it probably has like a Syncopate. Okay, I was about to say, well, he hasn't drawn any temples yet. I highly doubt he has the spell main deck. Okay, put it on bottom. Jace, he just killed it off. We'll put the Dissolve. You can have Jace, and then Supreme Verdict. Supreme Verdict does nothing. So yeah, this matchup is very interesting. There's a lot of play to it. Okay, so he took the Jace. I'm okay with that. You just draw more cards. It's whatever. Like he's discarding, and he has like so many dead cards. Not too worried. Obviously, he hasn't found Elspeth or Aethelene yet. Let's draw a card. Alright, so we drew a Celestial Flare, which is pretty poopy. We already have Blood Baron covered. So I'm not... So, yeah, it's one of the cards that definitely can come out too. So like he can have enough mana to go like Eighth Link, Counterspell, keep blue up. Well, I guess not technically yet, unless he has like negate main deck, which is very odd if he does. If he has Elspeth, which is kind of awkward. Yep. I'm not gonna Supreme Verdict for a couple turns. Jace is fine, because we can keep it alive and blank his tokens. Guess we just Revelation here. I hope he doesn't have a counterspell. We can do during upkeep. It doesn't change much. All these cards we can discard. So is that the third dissolve we've seen from him? So he's had a lot of good cards against us this match, like 2 Thoughtseize, 3 Dissolve, 2 Sphinxes. Put the card on bottom. So we just need to draw Revelations, running Revelations, and try to resolve them all. So he has 5 cards in hand. One of them is the Hero's Downfall. Makes some more tokens. We take 3. We go to 17. So Elspeth is at 6. 6. I'll take 6 next turn, and then I'll Supreme Verdict the turn after that. Okay, Jace. Knew we had that. It's like whatever. Zora's Charm just draws a card. Jace just draws 2 cards, so just separate them. He took the Temple and the Zora's Charm. Drew Syncopate. Well, it's a little late to the party. It might be useful if we get out of this one alive. This makes 3 guys. See, he did that first main phase, so he's not playing around Quick and Supreme Verdicts. He also played a land that we didn't know about, so we know he still has a land in his hand, Temple of Silence. I'm going to close the card box, because there's a lot of permanents on his side of the field. So he's just minusing Jace again. Another Dissolve. He has 4 Dissolves main deck. He didn't shuffle his deck. He's played 2, he bottom 1. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, we're not going to be dead to Elspeth tokens. We got some time. We got some stall. So we're going to 11 here. Yeah, Celestial Flare is all but dead. So if he just makes tokens again, I'm not going to Supreme Verdict, because if he makes an emblem. Okay. That's awesome. I'm really glad that happened. So that gets rid of the Dissolve, so we can draw a Revelation. Put the card on bottom. So I got some time. Like, we can let him... So I probably make 3 more guys this turn. We can let those hit us. If he emblems, we go to 9. Then we Supreme Verdict, just make 3 more guys. So we know he has a Hero's Downfall. Put his card on bottom. So I wonder if he has any more counter spells. He has 4 Dissolve. That's so many. So many Dissolves. Anyway, so we should need to draw another Revelation. And we should be fine. Even with Jace would be fine. We just like draw 2 cards. Or Divination. Guess we can wait on it. This time. Because I don't want to get Aether Leaned. Because if we tap on it this turn now, we can cast Aether Lean, and we're pretty far behind. So we go to 8. Place another temple. He still has that hero's downfall. Puts on the bottom. So he's just going through a lot of cards. Which is good for him. So revelation here for, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's kind of news that it doesn't happen, but it's fortunate that he dissolved our supreme verdict. Hopefully this can resolve. Zoria's charm. Makes sense he was holding that. Alright. So we didn't draw a detention sphere. We drew a lot of other stuff. Play land. We're just going to cast Supreme Verdict. And we're just going to go to end step. We'll Divination next turn. I just want to leave open counter spells. How many counter spells do I need? I guess I could Jace. I don't need to discard more cards. So we'll just go to our discard here. Celestial Flare seems pretty bad. Don't need some extra lands. So make some more tokens. We don't have the Supreme Verdict next turn because we'll only take 9 if he ultimates. Alright. That's the most loyalty I've ever seen on Elspeth. 10 is a lot. Usually people are dead by this point. But we have stayed alive. Our opponent shouldn't have any more dissolves. Any more counter magic for that matter. Alright, cycles. Okay, do another divination, which will be good. Drew a Jace and a land. Playing our Mutavault. I guess we'll divination again. No, because I want to leave up counter spells and like he can't kill us, so I'm just gonna wait. We'll go to discard. I'll discard a. We might need this Jace to win, so I'll discard a land. Kind of unfortunate because I don't want to miss land drops still, because we have so many cards we can play. So we're aiming at Mutavault, attempt to block. And if he has a removal spell, guess we don't need to do that yet. Because we're going to Supreme Verdict next turn anyways. Eighth lane. So we got our Essence Scatter, which you should know about. Down to 5 cards. One of them is a Hero's Downfall. Sweet. No counter spells. Mutavault. So we'll divination. Still no detention sphere. So I guess we got Supreme Verdict now. There's still a couple revelations left, but we're getting pretty low on cards. We only have 22 left. Nathan would be pretty good, like we didn't mow down this Elspeth over a couple turns. Play a tap land. We're not attacking with Mutavault anytime soon. Let's say go. Once again, like we can +1 make 3 guys. We don't have to worry about it for another turn. Okay. We're gonna cycle this Zoria's charm. I don't care about Jace. Jace can do whatever he wants to do. Probably just gonna minus and minus it again, but he should be like plussing it. Let's see. Zoria's charm's the best card because he just gets to draw a card. The Temple and the Devour Flesh don't do anything. Yep. Yeah, I'm not worried about Jace at all. He probably has another Elspeth in his hand, but we can dissolve that. Aethelene would be a good draw here. Down to 22 cards, so that's something we need to be aware of. Azorius Charm. Syncopate. Kind of dead here. A little late in the game. So we're just going to -2 because we know it has the hero's downfall. And we're not going to gain more value out of it. Whew. There we go. We got Detention Sphere. So get rid of the Elspeth and counter the next one. And then just draw Aethelene. And easy peasy wins the gamesies. Okay. Doesn't matter. So let's get rid of his Elspeth. And just Revelation. We can't do Revelation for too much. We're only at 19 cards left, and we need time to like keep Aethelene alive. Okay, so he's Charms. Let's get rid of that Elspeth. So we still have 2 Detention Spheres in our deck. Like if I was him, I'd just like start plussing Jace because we don't have that many outs to actually kill it once it resolves. And then like if he can ultimate it, he gets our Aethelene. So and that'd be good for him. So I got rid of one of his Aethelene. A lot of Esper decks play 2 now. So it's something we should be concerned about. So it looks like he's on downfall. Because he's tapping 2 black first. Yep, I don't care. I'm going to animate both our Mutavaults and attempt to block. If he has double removal spell, like, these Mutavaults, that's going to happen no matter what. So if he lets us block, we get rid of 2 of his tokens. We still counter Elspeth. I don't... Okay, so I didn't have use any removal spells there. Could have Supreme Verdict and get rid of both of our Mutavaults, which is pretty awkward. But you could play Jace first, then get a plus hit. Okay, Supreme Verdict. Kind of afraid of... like, I don't want to just die to like taking 3 damage a turn. So I think it'd be faster just to start drawing cards and dig for our Aethelene as opposed to trying to keep Jace alive to 8, because he could have like easily 2 more heroes downfalls in his hand, and that's not going to do much. We drew Dissolve, which is good. I'm going to separate that with the Divination and Land. Yep, I'll take that. Let's say go. So we're trying to use these single pates. I guess if he goes end of turn, downfall, he has 5 untapped lands. We can't actually single pate with Dissolve back up. And he didn't use Jace last turn. He must have forgot all that commotion. So I need to tap 7 lands. Yeah, I can't do that. Okay. So Aetheline's not the bottom card of my deck. There's like at least 4 cards, I think, below it. So Aethelene, once it's drawn, should kill him. We're just gonna Revelation in a turn. I'm okay with doing it for 6. We're going to 11 cards left in our deck. Just need to get that Aethelene. Because he's shown, I'm pretty sure he has no more counter spells. Yep, +1 Jace. So also Esper doesn't have any man lands, which is, I think right now would be great. Especially against blue-white, because we don't have that many answers to them. It's 4 cards in hand. Assume no counter spells, but it could be wrong. Oh, Frost Revelation. That's fine. I'll just say go. I was Sorry about that. Sometimes when you record or stream, you get caught up talking about what's going on. So, try to focus up a little bit here. So he's okay. So all I care about is the eighth lane. Hopefully we can get it off. Did he take it? No. Yeah, he did. Okay. It's kind of unfortunate. Now we don't get a revelation. Okay. So he's not casting it. Guess he's waiting for a Thoughtseize. So I'm still looking at Revelation for 6. That gives us 10 turns to kill him. Actually, 9 turns. Still no 8th lane. No Supreme Verdict, though. So, I think we should still be fine. Discard Celestial Flare. Lands. Guess Syncopate. Kind of want the Supreme Verdict. So I forgot to use Jace again. Revelation. We're not casting that. If we do it just for like 1. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait on it. Like, I'm not gonna cast it. Oh, 8th lane's like, oh, I remember 8th lane was one of the cards we put on the bottom in the first Jace. So there's like 4 cards left, so we have like exactly 3 turns to kill him. Okay, that's good to know. So it's like a couple more cards down. Say go. I think we should be able to kill him though. There's at least 4 cards below it. And his dissolve is still not near the top, so John lands is good, so we can counter his spells while keeping up 8th lane. He didn't use Jace again. I guess he doesn't think it matters. So now he has 8 cards. He didn't snap play a land, so this might be the turn where he does something. So yeah, we're going to Essence Scatter it first, because Essence Scatter has no other targets in his deck, I assume. Yep. So I think we should be able to get this one. He can fog us like a couple times, but we have counter spells to counter his fogs. So I think the next card is 8th lane. So he probably has Attention Spheres in his hand, Supreme Verdicts. So he's getting closer to that dissolve, actually. All the temples, he might actually have it already. Maybe not. But it's on top. I think it's a dissolve, or it's either that or Elspeth. So I think this is our 8th lane. If not, we might actually have a hard time killing him, because we only get like 3 attacks. Ooh, and that Jace +1 is pretty bad too. There's our 8th lane, okay. So play that. Does it actually change the clock? I only hit him for 7, which is 3 turns. Yeah, so we had the dissolve. We have our dissolve. Let's put that on bottom. Let's see how many Jaces he's used. He has 2. That means he probably has 1 in his hand, so like the Tension Sphere probably doesn't do anything. So I guess we just have to win through it. Hopefully it'll be enough. Might not be. Having it be, I forgot it was that close to the bottom. So especially if he has a revelation, I think we might be dead. But we played this game very well, I think. Which not relation to one turn is kind of awkward. We still have 2 counter spells. Well, okay, 1.5 counter spells. Get rid of that Devour Flesh. Yep, puts Devour Flesh in his hand. I think he still has a Revelation in his deck too. Can't do it for too much because then we beat him. This is a discard here. Probably just like a Supreme Verdict. Can't imagine what else he would discard. Detention Sphere. Okay. Ooh, Quicken. Card we're not going to cast. So I think he might be dead. Because he's just like 2 removal spells. Can't actually kill him. Well, 3 I guess, because we can counter 1 of them. We're actually going to counter the Devour Flesh here. Or whichever one he plays now, and just try to tap him low, I guess. I don't care about it. Like, there's no spells like Elspeth I don't care about anymore. My deck's pretty bad right now. Devoured Flesh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can't counter that, so we'll just gonna exile it. Hopefully we'll try to use like more than 1 removal spell on it. Okay. Nope, that didn't happen. So with Aetherlane, if we didn't get bottomed so early, it might have been a better chance to win this game. But because of Moto and how it works, I think we still might win it because of the clock. So and also he still has a Revelation, so he can just like a Revelation for 4. Won't deck before us. And yeah, I don't care about that. I'm going to do it 3-0, so if he wants to take any cards, take all of them, and it gets closer to erasing us and decking. So let's see what he decides to do. Okay, he did not take them. It seems like a good play. So I might not have any more removal spells. Let's see what we draw. No, there's 2 lands in our deck. Oh, a Divination. Not where we want to be at. Target player draws 2 cards. That'd be Inspiration. That'd be a little better. Stack him. So hopefully it's like Supreme Verdicts and Detention Spheres in his hand. Ooh. Nothing yet. That's very good for us. I mean, he still has Revelation in his deck somewhere. We can counter, maybe counter that? There's a chance. No plus Jace. Okay, that might have been good this turn. So, we're also up on time. Magic Online definitely, you know, some people don't think like a real win if you just time your opponent out, but like we're not doing anything like scummy. We're not like animating 8th lane in a turn, like using it and just using it so he like goes down the clock. We're just playing quicker than our opponent, and he's gonna get punished for that. So he has this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. So, yeah, we're not going to win this game. But we'll just stay. Let's play off the last turn. So we draw our last card next turn. So all spot removals devour flesh. So if we had our Mutavault still, they're like counter devour fleshes. We didn't let him get supreme verdicted. So yeah. So I think we played well. We might still end up winning this match. Yes, our opponent has to kill us in about 4 minutes, game 2. As long as we don't do anything crazy, we should be fine. Who knows, maybe our last card's Elixir, that'd be pretty sweet. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna attack and play out our last turn. There's no reason to concede, especially with the clock so low. Alright, so make our guy a little 7-1. There you go. We got him to 6. Like one more turn with the 8th lane, we would have got there. Actually, no, because of Revelation. Use Revelation for like 3 and be fine. We did answer all his threats successfully. And we lost that game. But maybe if we took that 8th lane earlier, but like it wasn't doing anything, and like it was a land and a Azorius charm. So let's go to sideboarding. Let's put in 8th lane, dispel, dispel, negates, negates, needle, needle, maybe glares. Take all these celestial flares, take all these Azorius charms, and I'm leaving like the Supreme Verdicts just like buy so much time. Like he probably has Blood Barons. I'll take out the Quicken. No, I don't care about that. And we'll try this out. Okay, for a second I didn't see the other 8th lane. Let's see. One thing that like could be good sideboard card for this matchup is more like Planeswalkers. But I think this is fine. We have more control than they do. They still probably have dead cards after sideboarding. I can't imagine them having that much for us, especially right now. Magic Alliance, the meta is pretty warped. There's so much red, so many aggro decks. So like Esper's like sideboarding 4 Last Breaths and just like Fiends and 3 Fiendslayer Paladins. So they just have like so much hate for the aggro decks that makes their control matchups weaker because it's a lot less often you see them. So that just definitely bodes good for us. Alright, well our opponent has put us on the play, and we're gonna, we lost, so we're gonna play first. And we're not gonna mulligan. This hand's fine, we got 3 counter spells, 4 lands, can't complain with that. Our opponent mulliganed to 6. We'll just play tap land. Say go. So I think we're in good shape. This opponent has turn 1 Hall to Fountain. Let's see what we draw. Land, that's good. So we're just gonna play on tap land, so like until turn 5, because we just want to keep open the gate. I guess we can counter a Thoughtseize. Might as well just counter it, because you don't take a counter spell anyways, and allow him not have the information. We're like down the same amount of cards. He has 2 more life. That really doesn't matter at all. So just gotta make sure we don't die. And this hand, there's a good chance of that happening. Like us staying alive, that is not us dying. So here comes this Sin Collector. Yeah. Kind of unfortunate to use a dissolve, but don't want my sins to be collected anytime soon. We don't need that. We have like a negate for his planeswalkers, so actually gonna play Jace here. He's tapped out and draw some cards. there's nothing. You can resolve a Sin Collector, but we couldn't counter that anyways. So that's fine. Like Blood Baron can't come down. He can play his own Jace. I don't care about. We got ourselves a Divination. Did that land? Was that land foil? I think they showed that as that Plains is foil. That's really bizarre. I should not click to that so fast. Anyways, that's irrelevant. So he can play his own Jace. You can't Hero's Downfall this yet. He can't play Blood Baron. He can play Sin Collector. Guess we'll just plus it. We'll play Divination and we keep up Negate. Sounds fine. He can counter this if he wants. I'm not going to counter it back. Because we don't have an answer to us. Gainsay. Okay, that's fine. We don't have an answer to Blood Baron yet. But, like, we get to draw some cards with Jace next turn. And we can chump block, and, like, it's still a 5-turn clock, so we got some time. So he also mulligan, so he might not have, like, the 5th land. Yeah. So he doesn't have that yet. Just gonna draw. Ooh, Syncopate is good. Just gotta save that for his Blood Baron. And we drew a Rev, which is good. Alright, that's weird. It shows as Black Border and Foil. Very random bug, very interesting. So I'll play our Hall of Fountain tapped. We don't need the. I'm not gonna Rev next turn. Just wanna keep open counter spells. I'm not gonna counter his Rev, even if it's for 2. Doesn't matter too much. No Blood Baron, so yeah, I think we should be fine this game. Play land, plus Jace, say go. So yeah, I think this is a good matchup for us. It seemed like we were able to answer all his threats, like Elspeth was in play for a million turns, and we're able to navigate that pretty well. I guess I should counter that. I know I still want to deal with it. Yeah, don't drawing cards. So he's missing the land drop, so he has 5 spells in his hand. Drew Dispel, it's good. So you go. So we can Rev here for 4 and leave Dispel open. Detention Sphere. I'm actually okay with that. You can get rid of my Jace. We're gonna draw a bunch of cards this turn anyways. So just gonna Revelation for 4. If he has a Gainsay, we can Dispel it. And I don't think he has 2 Dispels. Like, we could play around that, but I don't think that's worth it. Yep, so we'll just counter his Gainsay. Yeah, Gainsay is cool and all, but I don't know. Negate seems like more applicable. Alright, so we drew 8th lane. Even though we're going to win in 42 seconds, I'm just going to play it anyways. I think we would have won this game. So we have counter spells for his Blood Baron, counter spell for his counter spell, and yeah. So I think like we could have won game 1. That was really close, and we're going to win this game even if we wasn't going to timeout. It's like we were able to. He stumbled on mana, he mulliganed, and we were able to get like a Jace, counter his Jace. Like honestly, we don't even have to counter a Blood Baron. We could just let it resolve. I guess I'll just get rid of his Sphinx Revelation. It's only for 2, but it limits his turns. There's another Essence Scatter.